What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get into today's video, guys, we are 11 subs away from 200. We are drawing so damn close to the goal of 200 subs. I know we can do it, guys. 200 subs before the summer comes to a close. I know we can do it, guys, because as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 200 subs, I'm opening up this Korean Strike of Neos booster box in its entirety on the channel. As you guys can tell, it is completely, it is taped literally all over the place, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos, the so-called forbidden Yu-Gi-Oh card. Is it really forbidden? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Now, if this channel gets to 500 subs, I'm opening up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Diabellestarr. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there, guys. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I'm opening up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Diabellestarr, on the hopes to potentially pull my second ever Collector's Rare. Because it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a Collector's Rare, because I also pulled this as I'm taking it out of the sleeve. Ooh, there we go. I pulled this. Fresh out of Genesis Impact from a few months ago is a Collector's Rare Beat Cop from the Underworld. Absolutely amazing. I am going to be getting it graded at some point. Don't really know when though, but I am going to be getting it graded. So if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys have not done so already and you guys are new to the channel, because I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this: what would you consider to be the greatest set of 2023 so far? Because honestly, I think honestly, looking at this next batch of cards I'm going to be talking about in today's video, I think Age of Overlord might be up there, because if you guys remember, I talked about the brand new Snake Eye Archetype. What was it, about a week ago or something? And it was a pretty crazy archetype. Now we have what's being called, I guess, its counterpart, if you will. And the new archetype is called Diabellestarr. And looking at these cards, who knows? Who knows if these cards are good? But not only am I going to be talking about this new archetype, there are also 3 other cards that I wanted to talk about as well. That is also in Age of Overlord, and I'm going to get into that first one right now, which is known as Exceed the Pendulum. Which, if you guys are familiar with the monster card Beyond the Pendulum, well, now we have Exceed the Pendulum. If my laptop will actually scroll down. Excuse me. There we go. Which is a light spellcaster, Link 3 with 2000 attack, and its arrows are bottom left, bottom center, bottom right. And it requires 2 or more monsters, including a pendulum, And the first and third effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, if this card is linked summon, you can add one face-up pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. So, in a way, it's kind of like extra deck Rhoda of sorts, but what's cool about this is that this card can actually work. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. This card can actually work with, not just with Pendulum Magician, but also with any Pendulum-based archetype, including DDDs, which, that right there has the makings of a nasty deck. A nasty tier 0 deck. Obviously, DDDs is still a high meta deck. Problem is, you just don't see them as often anymore. I think it's because of the fact that a lot of people think that the new support that we got, that the new support that we got in, was it Battle of Chaos last year, I think it was. People think that those cards weren't meta enough, but I don't see it that way. But still, it's a great way to re-establish your board just by adding that one Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. Just by doing that, you're able to recommit to your board, and you can just combo off from there, and you're able to make your board where if you run this card with DDDs, what would be the end board? It would be this plus Gilgamesh, Siegfried, Baron, Gus High King Alexander, Flame High King Genghis as your end board. That right there is pretty fucking good if you ask me. The second effect reads, gains 100 attack for each Pendulum monster card you control. Okay, seeing as how it's at 2,000 attack, could go up to what, 2,500? That's not bad. The third effect reads, during the main phase, if you have 2 cards in your Pendulum Zone as a quick effect, you can special summon a Pendulum monster from your hand or grave in defense with a level between, in parentheses, exclusive, the Pendulum scales of the cards in your Pendulum Zone. So this is a good way to... So this is essentially a Cyber Rev system. But instead of just summoning any monster, it's any monster with the level between the Pendulum scales of the cards in your Pendulum Zone. So with a card like this in DDDs, if you have Divine Zero King Rage plus Double D Savant Newton in your Pendulum Zone, you can basically summon a monster with a level between I think it's between 0 and 10, or it's between 1 and 9, which that right there is actually pretty crazy. That right there is pretty crazy. There's a note underneath that says Kanji reads as magical swordsman of miracles, meant to evoke the image of Enlightenment Paladin and Nirvana High Paladin. Okay, it's a nice little a nice little history lesson right there, so that's pretty cool. Next up we have, get this guys, you ready? Dark Hole Dragon. Yeah, you heard me right. Dark Hole Dragon. Now you guys are probably thinking, wait a minute, what does this card even do? What is this about? Well, Dark Hole Dragon is an 8-star Dark Dragon with 3,000 attack, 2,000 defense, and both of it and the first and second effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, if a monster on the field is destroyed by a card effect that did not target it, you can special summon this card from your grave if it was there when the monster was destroyed, or hand, even if not. Here's the third effect. I'm gonna read off the third effect right now and go and get to the second effect because the second effect is going to shock you. The third effect reads that it cannot be destroyed by card effects, so it can basically protect itself, which is pretty cool. The second effect reads, if this card is special summoned, you can add 1 dark hole from your deck to your hand during the end phase of the turn. Yeah, you heard me right. You heard me right. A monster card that can search Dark Hole. Do I even have to say anything else? I don't think I do, because it's not often you see Dark Hole in decks anymore because of the fact that there are so many ways you can clear the board without using a card like Dark Hole or a card like Raigeki, but I have a feeling Dark Hole might be the new meta, might come back into the format. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, it's possible. It's very possible, but only time will tell. Now we have IP Masquerina's match. And it basically appears that IP Masquerina has met her match with SP Little Knight. Excuse me. Which is a Dark Warrior Link 2 with 1600 attack, and its arrows are left and right, and acquires 2 effect monsters. And both of its effects are once per turn, if it can scroll down. Thank you. The first effect reads, if this card is linked summoned using a fusion, synchro, exceeds, and or link monster as material, you can target 1 card on the field or in the grave, banish it. Also, your monsters cannot attack directly this turn. So this is a really good way. So this is a good way to basically just call by pretty much like any card that you may deem a problem in your opponent's graveyard, and just banish it. Just call by any card in your opponent's grave that you might deem like way too powerful. Banish it, and you're off to the races there. So that's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yes, you are locked out of attacking your opponent directly, but as long as you're able to establish your board and you deal damage to them without attacking them directly, that's pretty fair. That's pretty cool to me. That's a pretty decent effect. The second effect reads when your opponent activates a card or effect as a quick effect, you can target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including at least a monster you control. Banish both until the end phase. I mean, this is a good way to stop IP. I mean, that's pretty fucking nasty. That's pretty nasty to me. Although, to be fair, I think pretty much any deck could play this card, but I don't know if it's viable. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it yet, but God, I swear, my grandparents' dog does not know when to shut up. Anyway, guys, now we gotta talk about the Diabellestarr. I believe it's how it's pronounced. I'm probably butchering the name, but first up, we have Diabellestarr, the Dark Witch, which is a 7-star dark spellcaster with 2500 attack, 2000 defense, so almost the stats of a dark magician, just 100 defense shy, actually. And all 3 of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, you can special summon this card from your hand by sending 1 other card from your hand or field to the grave. basically a Cyber Dragon. Not much else to say about that. The second effect reads: if this the card is normal special summon, you can set one Tainted Treasure spell trap directly from your deck. I mean that's pretty good. Being able to thin out the deck to see some of your other combo pieces. That's pretty good. The third effect reads: if this card is sent from the hand or field to the grave during your opponent's turn, you can send one other card from your hand or field to the grave, and if you do, special summon this card. So this is a good way to... So this is a really good way to not only special summon one by pitching another copy to your graveyard, but because that it was sent from the field to... But because that it was sent from the hand to the graveyard, you can send another card from your hand to your grave, special summon a second copy of Dark Witch, get off its effect, and then overlay them into a rank 7, which obviously the rank 7 you're going to be going into the most is Red Eye's Flare Metal Dragon, which is actually pretty cool. There's a note underneath that says this card is named after Diabellestarr, a famous Western outlaw. Okay, nice little history lesson right there. I think there's only 4 cards to talk about in this archetype. But next up we have the Tainted Treasure Hunter Fiend, which is a quick play spell, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: add one Diabellestarr from your deck or grave to your hand. So this is essentially a Rhoda / monster reincarnation of sorts, which that right there is just broken on its own. Not much else to say about that. The second effect reads: during your main phase, you can banish this card from your grave, target one of your Tainted Treasure spell traps that is banished or in your grave, except this card, place it on the bottom of the deck, then draw one card. So this is sort of like a mini pot of avarice of sorts. Like, this is basically the world's smallest pot of avarice. Which in my opinion, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Although it does come as a 2-for-1 of sorts because you have to banish this card from your graveyard, and then recycle one from your grave or banish pile, put it back into the deck, and then draw one card. So technically, it comes as a not a 2-for-1, but a 1-for-2 of sorts. But still, that's not bad. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Next up, we have Tainted Treasure of Doom, Luciella, I believe is how it's pronounced. And the effect is a once per turn, which reads that you can activate one of these effects. Actually, it's a quick play spell. Actually, that says activate one of these effects per turn. What does it say? You can activate one card with the card's name per turn. Sorry, I'm like losing my mind here, guys. Target a level 7 or higher spellcaster you control. Apply these effects in sequence. If that face-up monster is unaffected by other monsters' effects this turn, but send it to the grave during the standby phase of the next turn. All face-up monsters your opponent currently controls lose attack equal to that monster's attack. Then if any of those monsters' attack has been reduced to 0 as a result, destroy it. I mean, to be fair, I think Dark Magician could also run this archetype as sort of like a small package of sorts. So I might have to try it out, but I don't think it would work. But we do have one last card to talk about in this video, and it is known as Tainted Treasure of Betrayal, Sylvia, which is a normal trap, and both of its effects are a hard once per turn. The first effect reads: send one Diabellestarr monster from your hand or face-up field to the grave, then target a face-up card on the field, negate its effects. So it essentially is an imperm, but you have to send a monster from your hand or face-up field to your graveyard. So it does come as a 2-for-1 of sorts, which is not the best, but it's not the worst either. The second effect reads when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to the activation of your Diabellestarr monster's effect, or takes a treasure spell or trap effect, you can banish this card from your grave, negate that opponent's effect. So again, this is basically two imperm effects in one card, which is not too bad. Although to be fair, I think running imperm might just be better. But guys, that is gonna do it for today's video. I know this was relatively strange, I guess, but again, Age of Overlord might take over the meta. But that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.